Hey everybody, it's time to swing with still swinging, and I'm your host Thomas. And today, family, we got my boy Anton Daniels up in the episode of Let's Rant. All right, in this episode of Let's Rant, look, they having a back and forth about marriage proposals, engagements, around what time is the right time. Look, family, it turned into a whole fiasco for real. But listen, without further ado, first of all, family, make sure you smash that like button for me. If you're not subscribed, make sure you become a subscriber. And look, let's chop it up and see what they talking about.
Let's just address the elephant in the room. People be getting engaged, and then they be engaged for like 8 years, and then they like build this whole house. They build this whole life together. Like the kids and already came, the house and already came, but this engagement is still an engagement. Why are folks not getting married? How long is too long to be engaged?
How long is too long?
I think it varies. I think it just depends on the person that you with and what y'all comfortable with and what y'all talk about and agree to. So I don't really think it's a time limit. But I do think personally, if you engage with somebody, 4, 5, 6, 7 years plus, then you're not really looking to get married.
Yeah, that's false shocking.
Cause you engaged, right?
Yeah.
How long you been engaged?
6 years.
No, like 6 months.
Since like February,
Okay,
Yeah, okay, but you getting married in 2025.
Yeah, because sometimes you want to get that money up.
Because you're not trying to postpone and push out because you really love your girl and you really want to be with her, right? Yeah. I think a lot of the times these engagements be so long because of something that 2K has said in the past. A lot of men don't necessarily want to be married. They be trying to pacify y'all. And a lot of y'all be settling with these men, and you be settling with these men. These men really don't rock with you like that, and they don't cover you, they don't protect, they don't provide, they don't do any of that. But you just be happy to have a body to sleep next to at night. And let me tell you something, baby. You deserve so much more than that. You do. You deserve somebody that's gonna love on you, that's gonna build you up, that's gonna pour into you, that's gonna really protect and provide. When I tell you protect and provide, I don't mean just money. I mean literally cover you like God called a man to do. 2K, what's wrong? Because your chest looking big right now.
Yeah, because you sitting up here lying to them hoes.
About what?
Everything you just said was a lie. Why you think they deserved it?
They do.
Listen, this how I go. I propose because I want you to be my wife, right?
Right.
All right. Now, how long this proposal is
Fair use, family. Fair use.
determined on you.
How?
You going through my phone, year. You disrespecting me, another year. Listen, because we have to vet y'all. Okay, and
You didn't vet before you got on your knees.
no.
To me,
The
there's
vetting-
no reason that you should be vetting me after you have gotten on one
No,
knee.
see,
My
listen.
grandmother always said,
See, all of this rooted in what they deserve. All right, they don't think you deserve nothing. All right, you talk to her, that's all she deserves. That's all you should deserve. Listen, bro, they think they deserve everything, and you don't deserve nothing but whatever they feel like giving you. Listen to her. Listen to her. Girl, you deserve. Girl, you deserve. Ain't said nothing about what she bring, what value she add, because she shouldn't have to add none according to her. She should just have to lay there. That's it. And do whatever she feel like. She laying there, so that should be enough. Yeah, it's enough for her to get engaged and stay engaged.
the day that you get on that knee, you better be ready to get married that day.
Baby,
You
listen.
need to be ready at that point. Now, I have a 2-3-3. It's 2 weeks to plan a date. It's 2 years to figure out what we're doing, and then you got 2 years max because I want a big wedding when I.
Bro, forgive me for what I'm getting ready to say, but I'm just going to keep it honest. The minute I saw her, that tattoo right there, straight rebel. She ain't about to say nothing that's going to make no kind of sense.
do that. So we need a little bit of extra
so
time.
fast?
Time out. Hold on.
fast?
Wait. So
Intention.
No,
Why are we waiting?
no,
So
I
check
don't,
this
no,
out.
no. She wasn't saying plan a date as far as wedding. She said plan a date as far as us going out and
Right.
whatnot 2 weeks. Because what happened is if you don't give somebody a timeline on when they can plan on hanging out with you, they gon' what you doing you to death. Oh, good morning, sweetheart. Okay, cool. What's we
Fair use, family. Fair use.
doing here though,
Rand,
cuz?
Rand,
What's
Rand.
really going on here?
Randy.
So you gotta set a standard for when somebody's gonna take you out, because if not, they just gonna keep on playing with your time and your energy.
No, Randy. Well, listen. When I propose,
You gotta set a standard for when somebody's gonna take you out, because if not, they just gonna keep on playing with your time and your energy.
no, Randy. Well, listen. When I propose, that is my proposal to marry you.
Right.
Okay. This is a proposal. So all of you are doing and bring it to the negotiation table is problems. So guess what? The proposal keeps getting restarted.
It sounds like the proposal should be called off then, because if I go to
Hard charger. I like him.
If I go to a business, we're business partners, right? Let's say we're business partners, and I write up a proposal to expand our business.
Okay.
And you say, that's a good idea, but let's wait.
Come on.
That's a good idea, but let's wait.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, but I literally have an entire package that I have put together and shown you why it makes sense for us to expand and go into these different markets and make it, make our
fucking
brand
with your
bigger.
goals.
No.
But if you're not, exactly,
They're
and
not
that's
fucking-
really what it be. Let's no,
they don't
because
really-
you gonna lie. Get into it.
They don't even really, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time when dudes propose to women, right, it's normally the women that says, hey, I plan on being this by this day, right? And the dude don't want to lose the girl. At the same time, he's not ready even to marry her. So he'll say, all right, I'll propose to you. So those years is really his intention of how he wants to see you in the first place.
That's manipulation.
Versus being like, okay, I'm actually with you, but this and that. Because if you're ready to be, I believe even get on your knee, you have to have a vision of, okay, I'm planning on marrying you at this time.
Exactly.
If it's money, all right, let me go ahead and stack the money up for a year so we can have a nice wedding. You know what I'm saying? So give yourself that maximum. But I ain't gonna get on my knee until I got that plan in my head. Before I say, let's figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
No, so
That's a
you
real
reach the
thing, but
next stage when I propose.
That's a real thing, but I think that if you do that, I heard you say manipulation, and I think that's kind of you playing in people's faces when you do that, because if you propose to somebody knowing in the back of your mind that you really have no intention on marrying this woman,
Just trying to take
anytime
out the
soon,
market.
Bro, be careful with dudes that use words like manipulation. He been talking to a lot of women.
like you just say, you're trying to take off the market because you benefiting from all the perks of her, and you know how that would make you feel to see her giving out to somebody else,
Yeah.
and then you know what it's like, so you trying to hold on to that, but at the same time, it's like, that's so selfish.
That is.
And tomorrow is not promised, so I feel like if you're going to make that commitment, again, like I stated earlier, I don't think it's a certain timeline, but I think to go 4 or 5 years and you not have any intention of doing that, that's kind of dirty.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
is.
think it's a certain timeline, but I do think it's a certain level of being equally yoked. So if a woman is a part of a situation where she said, you know what, I want to be a 3-year fiance because I want to finish my degree and have myself together before I get into the situation and all that, I can understand that. My issue comes into play when it happens.
See, she can understand if the woman want to wait about something. She can totally understand if the woman want to wait about something. It's only if you want to wait about something that it's a problem. She can totally understand if the woman want to wait.
Like how you said in regards to, I'm going to take her off the market to set her down just to shut her up. I've had numerous people that I have entertained in the past that has tried that.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, you know for a fact that you're not my forever mate. You know for a fact that I'm not even made for you because you want to change everything about
So when
me.
did you know that? When did it take for you to be like, you playing with me right now? This not really.
Well,
what
see, you can
want.
still redeem
For me,
yourself.
it
though.
wasn't really them playing with me. It was the matter of me realizing they were so busy trying to change me that they didn't really even want me. They wanted the version of they wanted the
what they
version
thought
of
of
me
you,
that
what they
they
thought.
pictured, that they painted in their head.
Women
They
do
didn't
that a lot,
realize-
though.
Oh, women do that.
Women do that the most.
Women do it the most.
99%.
Yeah, because
Both
we want to
sides.
be married. A lot of women are convinced that, like, oh, I want to be married. It's not I want to be married to you.
Yeah.
It's
They
that
just
I
wanna
want
be
the
married.
identity and the
I got
title
a cousin
of
like
being
that.
a wife.
Got a cousin
and
like
you'll
that.
deal with some, which is why it's easy to manipulate us, because we have this idea, this biological clock and all these things that go into it, where we're saying, oh, I need this to happen by this time frame, so I'm gonna put up with all of this. So as long as I got the ring, I know I'm getting closer
But
to
to
my
be fair,
goalpost.
we have that anxiety that lives in us because of society.
Correct.
Society has told us if you don't have a man, you ain't shit.
Correct.
If you don't have kids, you're useless.
No, your biology told you that. History tell you that. All right? Your biology told you that's why you here. That's why we here. Sometimes, fellas, you gotta understand, they don't want to live in reality. They just want it the way they want it. All right? Listen, everything she said is geared toward giving women the upper hand and being able to walk all over you. And you shouldn't have no problem with that. She out of her goddamn mind. Both of them. All right? Listen, if you listen to women like this, talk to a boy and raise him into a man, he gonna talk like that big dude on the end. Talking about somebody manipulation.
If you're focused, or if you're hyper focused on your career, you are an independent woman, and people are gonna pretty much wash their hands of you. But this is the same society that tells you Abdul to say something like, "Well, what do you bring to the table?" Well, y'all told me if I was too independent, I was masculine. Y'all told me if I was over here doing too much, y'all didn't need me, so I wasn't attractive. It's literally just a contradiction after a contradiction after a contradiction. What you about to say?
A lot. So the first thing I want to say is, why do women think that men don't date potential either? Most men that say, like, for example, I think that there's two different times that a man is going to propose to a woman. It's either she's worth it, by putting up with whatever the fuck they had to go through, or she's worth it. The one who's worth it, it happens a lot faster.
Yeah.
She gets it in a year, maybe two.
Maybe 6 months.
Yeah, maybe 6 months. The one who's earned it, we done been through the trenches together. You still got a lot of you that I want you to work on. I still got a lot of me I want to work on. And we both need to literally put the pieces together. But the problem is, we have the women that are realistically looking for that title. That's not looking to work on themselves.
Correct.
Yeah, you gotta work on yourself.
And so then now that's why that extra year gets added. And then another year gets added, because like I'm still dealing with the same problems I told you about 6 years ago.
But at that point, to me,
but that don't mean I don't love you.
Yeah.
I know,
but hold on, because I'm being patient with you.
But if a woman did that,
let me rock.
okay,
I'm about to
let you cook. Go ahead, cook. Go ahead, cook.
Stay with me now. Stay with me.
Because I'm being patient with you. That's why I'm here. See, I understand what you can be, and I'm not trying to change you. I'm actually waiting for you. So that's why those proposals get dragged on. It's not necessarily that man. And sometimes it can be where he don't got his shit together. Like, he's still struggling financially. He doesn't understand how he's going to be able to provide, because just like you said, there's a lot of social pressures on him to be a man.
Absolutely.
You know how hard it is to be a man?
I don't have a penis.
But the expectations.
But I can imagine.
Yeah, so what happens is that man still loves her, but the problem is he wants her to work on her, so he's being patient with her, but he wants to give her the ring to let her know, listen, when you can get you together, you've got everything that you want.
Can I be honest with you, though?
Yeah, go ahead.
It sounds like that man is lacking leadership skills, and here's why. You are...
Listen, he told her all the problems he had with her, and she turned it right back into, he did something wrong with him. All right, listen, because can't nothing be wrong with the woman. Something gotta be wrong with him. All right, listen, that's what you're gonna find when you deal with these unruly women. All right, they rebels. And did she say somebody proposed to her? He gonna be sorry. All right, trust me, he gonna be sorry. Because I don't know who thinks she should be married. Listen to her.
You're not... Dating potential is literally the biggest downfall of most women.
And men.
We gonna get
most
there.
people don't even get there.
Because most times what happens is we paint this pretty picture in our head of what we think somebody's supposed to be, how they're supposed to show up, how they're gonna be in our lives, and they can't even fulfill that. Number one, we haven't communicated that with them for real. But number two, that's just not who they are. So I think this idea of dating potential...
She just skipped all over the fact that bro just told her she's still a problem. But in her mind, she a problem because he not a leader. So why she hanging around with some dude ring for all this time who she don't think a leader? Something wrong with her. All right, you shouldn't marry nobody like that. You think I should marry a woman who doing that, who move in that way? No, she need to get like he told her. She need to be the way he told her he wanted his wife to be. And if she ain't gonna do that, she ain't gonna be his wife, because he getting everything he want already. She the one that need to be somebody's wife. She the one that's trying to be somebody's wife. She need to get her act together. He getting everything he need already.
As a man, to me, it screams I lack leadership, because why in the hell would a leader, the person who's going to be leading the village, the person who's going to be in charge of protecting, providing, and everything else, why are you looking for...
Bro, she grind my gears already.
A person that you still got to work on building up and training and molding to even being a decent human being. And what were you on this proposal engagement, so you can develop this character a little bit more, right? And this character flaw, and get out this character flaw. What if that character flaw is just who the hell they are?
Yeah.
And
you would never
the
be
vows
white.
say
okay, so
work.
my question to y'all is, for the people that's dating the potentials and not the potential, at what point do you say, okay, it's not about you making certain adjustments and changing because you're consistently the person who I don't want
So
you to
what
be.
I'm saying is,
the
I
wife-
think,
Because if a woman was sitting up here saying this, y'all would literally be like, hold the mirror up, bitch.
But hold on, so listen,
That's
so
what I'm
time
saying
out,
right
so-
now.
I think if you have a conversation, this is what I'm trying to say to kind of circumvent everybody's point. I think if you just really sit
Okay,
down
big
with your
word.
mate and have a adult conversation, you know, shortcomings, the do's and the don't, whatever the case, whatever your thing is, you got to sit down and really communicate and talk to your partner to understand what needs to happen, and then you kind of just go from there because there is really no rule book. You just go what works for the two of you,
listen,
and if you don't have
anytime you
that
have a
communication,
adult-
it's not gonna work.
Anytime you have an adult conversation with a woman, it's just a bunch of lying, bro. Women are great interviewers. They know what to say. They always say the right thing. But when it's time to do it, they're going to relapse. And that's the reason why you can't get a ring. Now, hold on. Marriage is your thing. Okay? Listen, so marriage is your thing. You want to be married. I'm perfectly fine with staying with you forever as a girlfriend.
Oh, then don't get married.
But how long time out?
Why would you get married?
Y'all
like that?
want that title.
But if you don't want that,
I'm
why
going to
would you
love
do
you the
it?
same way. Listen, since I've been with my girls, I've been married. I got a time I need to be at the crib. I can't fuck other hoes no more. So I've been married. I've been gave you all of me. You just want the title.
He's funny. Hey.
But this is what she want me to do. She want me to bet half of my lifetime earnings on her bullshit. No.
Hey, look.
Do you like your
Says
wife?
the mirror.
I mess with him. 100. I just told you that. I'm perfectly fine with you as my girlfriend. You're the one that want the ring. You're either gonna act right or you ain't getting it. Simple as that. It ain't gonna be no other way.
No.
No,
Oh,
but
my
you
wife
know-
got it right.
No, but you know what though? You sit up here and
He-
talk
he
all
making-
this
he
shit.
making points, bro.
2K is actually a good man and a good husband.
Sometimes.
You be wanting to be the bad guy so bad, but you really are a good man.
Because he don't relapse.
You see how they respect when you stand on business all the time. They ain't gonna respect that simping, bro.
Everything else is a cherry on top. Like, your discernment is so key. Like, when you meet somebody, you got to be okay with that person being that person for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
You know, that goes for women and men. Because most women be like, no, I want you to become this 2.0 like, maybe this is what I have right here. So you need to have more discernment. Stay by yourself a little bit more before you jump in the next relationship. That's why these shits be lasting 2 to 6 months. Because you think, oh, I'm finna 3.0 this nigga because I feel like I'm like that. Versus
See, and she gonna 3.0 him with her mouth. All right, only if he cute. That's the only way she dating potential is if he cute. All right, potential mean he cute. That's all. All right, because men date potential all the goddamn time. All right, you don't hear us complaining.
you being like, nah, I don't want to date this person because they might always be this person.
Yeah.
Or I want to be with this person because they might always be this person.
Yeah.
It all depends.
I agree with that. I agree
I got
with
a
that
question for
completely.
you. So, first of all, congrats
Thank you.
on your recent proposal.
Come on, bro.
Definitely. And my question is, I'm going to assume first that you've dated multiple women before this. And then I'm also going to assume that you even thought about proposing a woman before this.
Yeah.
Now, what makes her different from this woman that you're now with, that you're actually actively trying to get married to?
The person prior, it was just, we grew apart, and she wasn't my person anymore, and I wasn't hers. And we had spent so much time together, and the relationship.
What I tell you? What kind of man say something like she wasn't my person? Man, men don't talk like that. Men don't talk like that. That's a fantasy, bro. It ain't no such thing as your person. All right, we all people. All right, what if you're 45 and your person is in Mexico and ain't never come into Mexico and he's 48? Because you can't just assume your person around the corner. Your person only one person. It can only be one person because it's your person. Your person can't be thousands of people. What if he in the Middle East? and he 50 years old and he ain't never coming to America, and you ain't never going to the Middle East. You ain't never gonna run into your person unless it's gonna take a miracle. So this your person stuff can't be real. It can't exist. Women say stuff that don't make sense and keep pushing that line. Not a man. Bro, you've been talking to too many women.
Relationship I thought at the time was so strong, and it wasn't. And then at the end of the day, I'm not really sure if that's something that she even wanted to do. Because when the conversation would come up, she didn't really seem too invested in it.
See, with that answer, you ain't gonna last long in marriage. So we gonna cut that take. Ask the question again. Dog her out. I'm telling you, your wife, your fiance, she ain't gonna hear that shit. Either you gonna dog your ex out, or you gonna big hug.
You can't play the middle. That's what
No,
I'm
it's
saying.
that conversation though. Like me and going with now, so it's like.
Bro, he spend his time listening to women, and they gonna walk all over him. All right.
She know. You know what I'm saying?
He in for a big surprise trying to be that dude right there. All right. He gonna see how nice guys get treated.
But at the same time, it's like the person I'm with now, supportive. You know, even when I'm feeling like, damn, I'm in a dump, she see the good in me sometimes when you can't see it in yourself. And when you got somebody that can breathe life into you and not suck the shit out of you,
Come on.
that mean a whole lot more than really anything. Everything else is easy.
How long
It's
y'all
okay
been
to
dating?
breathe the life in, suck the life out.
Wow.
Women,
If you know what I
concur.
mean.
bro, but don't get.
Somebody gonna marry her.
Don't get me screwed. Women are like vacuum cleaners. After a while, the suction stops, bro.
No, it don't.
Yeah, it do.
Your woman like a
The
vacuum
only
cleaner.
thing that
Ask JT.
the only thing they suck in is they belly for a picture. And I'm telling you, cause so
I have, so.
you got to be ready for the whatever, bro. So make sure that you know that you okay with this girl walking away with half of your shit on the fly.
Do you know half of these men, not up here, but the men that's gonna be watching this, you niggas, do you know they don't have half of shit to take?
You taking half of his milk.
Listen, whatever he got is his. It belong to him. And if she don't need half of it, why the hell she gonna take it? Yeah, she gonna take it because her ass need it. All right, girl, you talking monkey dump. All right, make some sense.
You taking half of his feelings. You taking half of his
bitch
heart.
niggas don't even know how to
Half of
control
his
themselves.
It's a reciprocal relationship. I'm
See,
also
see,
giving
see,
half
see,
myself
see,
in this
lashes on it?
relationship.
She leaving with my half. She got more than
You know what the
You
crazy
took
thing
half
is?
of mine. We just swapped.
I'll be honest, right? And if you take half of my, I'd have made a lot of fucking money in my life.
Right?
I'd have lost a lot of fucking money.
Come on now, talk.
But I made the shit back, and I lost it again.
Come on.
And I made the shit back. So if you take the shit, I'm gonna make it again.
Come on.
Right? So like for me, it's not
That don't make no kind of goddamn sense. So have I. I ain't enjoyed losing it. All right, what the hell do that supposed to mean, bro? Come on, man.
not about half of the shit anymore, right? It's really like, and I'm looking at just wealth as our community in total. And I was blessed to even come across a video for somebody who with somebody who actually broke down the stats of our community.
Bro, don't ever listen to a man who'll tell you that it's okay to take a chance like that when you could put some protection on yourself. No, you put the protection on yourself, bro. Always. Always. He ain't gonna have to take the loss. All right, you are.
Equating
Let him start his shit over again.
to the wealth and the percentage of marriages. We are at the bottom in America.
Hell yeah.
At about
Trying to prove his love to some chick that belong in the street.
30% marriage rate,
Yeah.
right? The top is, I think he said, East Indians. It's
Yep.
about
The
90 plus,
arranged marriage.
95.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And which I did business with an arranged marriage Indian family, and they good.
Come
They
on.
taught me a lot, right?
Come on.
But when I look at the cultural perspectives and the dynamics, I feel like we get so worried about you taking half of our shit. First of all, if I tell you that half of the people here in America that are African American don't make more in the household than 55,000,
Yeah.
what is you taking?
Exactly.
So the real
25.
Listen, he sound crazy. He sound crazy. No, don't you ever listen to that. It's yours. What I don't know what that's supposed to mean. That sounds like something he think women would love to hear. All right, but no, you don't do nothing like that. Whatever you got, you value it. You value it, and you make her value it too. And you don't make her value it by acting like it don't mean nothing.
But fuck the 25.
Fuck the 25.
Yo, that 25 is actually our poverty line. So realistically, with or without it, we in poverty.
Yeah.
But see,
So now, but wait, hold on. I'm about to land. Right? So what I'm trying to say is we're so worried about losing shit that we're not building shit.
Exactly.
And
Take
this is-
half
and
of
this-
the shit that,
Yo,
like, if you've been
my
around for a
thing is,
long time.
like obviously have the discernment.
Yeah.
Make sure she ain't no, you know what I'm saying, no slouch. She's gonna represent you, your family, and whatever it is that y'all got planned together, the legacy, the name.
I don't know, fam. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with him.
All of those things, but at the same time, if you scared to lose, you'll never win. I don't care if it's business or relationship.
That's a fact.
Rico,
You know what I'm saying?
you said life
Financial
insurance.
trauma.
Huh?
You said
What the hell do that got to do with what you just said? Nothing, bro. Nothing. That's not the same thing, and you know it's not.
life insurance.
I do not. I have it though.
Huh?
I have it. I don't sell it. I got
Man,
it.
look.
But listen, 'cause that's what you selling me, a wolf ticket right now. Okay.
Yeah, bro. Off the rip. Off the rip. You really would sit up here and sell young men a crazy dream, tell them something like that? That's the advice you would give them? Bro, the simping.
Okay, that little resilient, get it. I lost it, got it back. You gonna need that for them reoccurring payments every month.
Hey, look, you know what I don't understand,
let
man.
me finish. Let me finish.
You
here.
right.
Because see, I like Rico. I
Don't take
watch
him
a lot of his content, but see that advice there, that's lazy. Cause that's the insurance policy. Give me money and just hope that something happen or don't happen. And
Yeah, bro. Off rip. I love him. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I love the way this brother get down.
I'm just studying, just feeding it to you. Just feeding it to you.
I don't know, ladies. It sounds like you need to get you a up north nigga because them down south niggas don't share.
Yeah,
Just trying
dog.
to figure it out,
But up
like-
north niggas don't play, so you gotta pick and choose your
Up
battle.
north
They do
niggas
not
do
up north.
When you with us, you're not walking around like that. It don't equate the same.
Do y'all think that there's no case where taking half is okay? I think if you've been with me for a certain amount of time, you can take half or whatever. Because for one, I don't want you to be dealing with nobody else that might be abusing my kids.
Yeah.
You know, because you trying.
Listen, bro, no. Now get on up out of here. I don't need to hear all. Listen, she ain't getting married until she know how to act. And it's as simple as that. All right, I'm never okay with somebody taking something of mine that they didn't work for. Never, under no circumstances. And if you feel like it's a case where that's okay with you, okay, then you know what I'm saying? I don't know what to tell you, but I'm telling you like this. If she doing right by you, you know goddamn well you're gonna do right by her. And if you don't, you know the consequences. But I'm telling you, if she ain't acting right, you don't go give her no ring.
to go for the upper.
Why
And
you
now
worry
this
about her
person looking at
safety?
you. You feel me?
Why you care about her safety?
Why
is
you
crazy.
care about her
My
safety?
kids,
Because
look
your
at
kids are
She
still.
No,
chose
no.
to lead your leadership, and you want to reward her?
No,
kids.
I think
You have a
if
legacy
you
to
coming
protect.
into a scenario
sure.
I can't
where
stand that, man.
you already rich and she was not, she came. She
Yeah,
don't
and that's
really-
different.
You know what I'm saying? Then that's a conversation.
Yeah, that's a
You know,
conversation.
you might have to prenup, protect yourself, but that's a conversation.
Yeah.
But if she helped you build your empire,
Take
if
half
she
of
was
this
with
shit.
you shooting in the gym,
Take it.
She ain't gonna be with you shooting in the gym. What the hell you talking about? She gonna be somewhere with her girlfriends running her goddamn mouth like she always is. Man, bro, she ain't. That's a fairy tale. See, the women talk him to believing in some of them fairy tales. All right, bro, he gotta go talk to some men.
you know what
that
that
word.
is.
Protect yourself, gentlemen. And when you do give her that ring, still protect yourself.
Okay,
Build it up.
so
Wait, you
Paul,
gotta actually
hold on.
shoot.
Let's set the scene.
saying.
Let's
I don't
set
need a
the scene.
cheerleader.
No,
I need a
JT,
shooter.
Exactly.
JT owns a company called Capital Marketing and Promotions.
Right.
The primary client for Capital Marketing and Promotions, one of the primary clients is the Randy Rosario brand. I've helped to make his company, the Capital brand. I brought it notoriety and I brought it income.
Right.
If we were to separate or divorce, am I not entitled to part
Absolutely.
of that? So that's what I'm saying. Like,
Bro, let me explain something to you. All right, you don't know if she capping or not. All right, she might have just said that ain't do much or nothing. All right, but keep screaming at him about stuff. All right, but that's what she gonna say. If you think she gonna say anything else except she helped build it, you out of your mind. And trust me. All right, trust me. All right, and she ain't do nothing but give you a hard goddamn way to go the whole time you was building it. And you think once it get built, she ain't gonna sit up there and look at you and start talking about, you wouldn't have that if it wasn't for me. You lost your goddamn mind. I can tell you firsthand she gonna do that.
You have put in the sweat equity.
Yeah.
A lot of women just sit home and do what they would have did anyway.
But be clear. Sitting at home sometimes often equates to giving you the opportunity to
That's
be out
a
here
fact.
doing your
That's
thing.
a
Pause,
fact.
let me finish.
That's a
Because
fact.
there we go, Ash.
Because I value peace.
There's
I value
so
peace.
much
Hold on 1
emotional-
second, Ash. What are you saying now?
There's so much emotional labor that goes into taking care of a man. You can make
I
all the
agree.
noises
We
you
don't
want
get
to.
paid.
See, the thing is, you want to complain about your part of it. You don't want me to complain about mine. You want to make a bunch of excuses of why you shouldn't have to do the shit. All right. And give me an earful because you got to do it. All right. But you don't want to hear mine about what I got to do because, see, I just need to go ahead and do what I'm expected to do. And the things you expected to do shall always be contingent on whether the hell you feel like it or not. And you get your ass on with that shit.
That's
You
a
don't have,
conversation.
but it has to be done. And I'm freeing up brain space for you. I'm giving you creative power that you would not have otherwise. I'm making sure that you have the capacity to do the things you need to do.
If it's so hard, then beat it. If it's so hard that you're going through all this emotional strain about it, get on about your business. All right, we get somebody else here who don't have no problem with it for what I'm providing. All right, for what I'm providing, I think you should be okay with that. All right, you guys shoulder your load. I don't want to hear that shit about it. All right, shoulder it. All right, put the H on your chest and handle it. Grow up, little girl. Stop whining.
Business to support us by taking these tasks off your heads. Now you can go pay somebody to do these things if you want to, but you're still paying. In the same way that you would make an investment into any business, you make an investment into that relationship.
It becomes prostitution because first of all,
How is it any different than investing money into
I'm paying you to take care of your
She believes she should be able to come to you and tell you how it go. All right, and that shit ain't gonna happen.
kids, and you will let me hear that now.
Our
It's
children.
prostitution at
It's
that
not
It's a
prostitution.
babysitter.
Is it forever prostitute?
My thing is
What
this:
up?
I agree with him on this one, right? So like, Brandy, you and your husband have a great dynamic team,
Together.
everything, right? It's different.
What bullshit you about to say?
You putting in the work.
Yeah, okay.
All these other women ain't putting in the work.
I know a lot of women that's doing more work than men, but
But I can tell you like this: in my house, and that God, thank you so much.
They always gotta start that. I know a lot of women that's putting in more work than men. Bullshit. You don't know. You might know a couple. Most of them just running their mouth. They just like you, girl. They ain't doing much. All right, look. Bro. They always start with this, ain't it? Listen, we come. Y'all not sitting up here begging for our resources and our commitments because we don't provide y'all with no value. All right, y'all know we provide value. You upset because we asking for some in return and y'all don't think y'all should have to give us none. And we telling y'all, okay, stay in the street.
Much. I appreciate it. I pray for this, and it works. I haven't had a job in 8 years.
Amen.
Right? And
now.
I don't have a 9-to-5 life. So I'm with my kids the same amount as my girls with the kids. Ain't no I'm leaving, like obviously right here, yeah, but come on, I done flew out maybe 4 or 5 weekends to do work this year.
Yeah.
Everything else, I done got an office around the corner from the crib. I'm doing everything to make sure that I can actually make time for my kids because I don't want to be a working father. I want to be an active parent. Right? So because I have that emotional labor, it doesn't exist in my.
Bro, that's not going to be most men's life. All right, come on, man. Listen. Bro, I could get up here and just make my life fit. Or no, I got to make my life fit the average brother when I'm up here. All right, because the average brother is who I'm talking to. All right, who walk through life every day, working hard, like most people. Most people don't get to do that. Don't have that kind of life. All right, and they cool with their life the way it is, and they don't need to change it to fit yours. So that, bro, no, fellas, listen. She gonna accept you for who you are and where you at. And listen, it ain't never nothing wrong with trying to grow. All right, but don't let nobody make you feel like you nothing less because you all right with who you are.
You were
Household.
building that legacy though. When you're getting to this point, did you still have that same luxury, or was she keeping the
I
kids all
had
the
this
time so you
luxury
could
since
get
I
to
was
this point?
25 years old. So this was before she even
Before
came
you
around.
had kids.
Before I even had kids, I had this,
So you
right?
didn't have to deal with a lot of those elements. You were able to get yourself to a position, which is the way you're supposed to do it. A lot
Yeah,
of
but
times we rush through these things and we end up in positions where now we have to backtrack and find ways to mediate